And here we go, guys. The Iron Man Mark VII D100 version, exclusive. It's even got the sticker, which is kind of halfway coming off, but yeah, who really cares? Oh no, I got it. It's back. It's perfect. It's pristine, mint. Super excited about it. Now, generally, I don't really care about boxes, but this being a limited edition one, an actual true limited edition one, I thought it was kind of cool. We got our Mark VII with our repaint, which, let's be honest, it's a repaint. But I like the Mark VII, so whatever. MMS 696, also D diecast, number 54. Pretty cool. So we got a nice got some grid lines going on there. Then we got back here in the back, it's got this nice little pattern going around the side. It's a box, and it contains batteries. And then it's got, I was wondering how they were going to ship the little plastic thing, but here, this is how they did it. So we'll go ahead and get that guy out of there. Comes all in one piece. Not bad. All right, we'll get to that in just a little bit. Disney 100. There we go. And typical Iron Man fashion, if you've unboxed an Iron Man figure in the past, I don't know, 4 years, 5 years, whatever it's been, they all look the same. So let's go ahead and get into this. We got the darker plastic, or the darker foam. Mark VII D100 version. So I guess you can't intermix these things, but there we go. And yes, it is an Iron Man figure, diecast, so I do have the shipper box. So right off the bat, this particular one, it's worth like $5,000. So just saying, shipper box. There we go. Let's look at this. I am super excited about this. I love the Mark VII. I love the Mark V. And hot damn, that is gorgeous. Wow. Now, I wasn't sure what from the photos, if this is going to be silver or what. This is more like if you've got the Mark 47, that gunmetal platinum-ish color. Oh, man. That is not the Mark V paint. He's bulky. Man, he's cool. Wow. I know you guys will be like, oh, it's just a Mark VII. It is beautiful. Even Bella thinks so. You heard her bark in the background? Even Bella thinks so. Wow. Look how dark that is. Wow. So this silver is like you would see with the Mark V. Look how the shade of that right there is, how dark that is compared to that. That's... I mean, it's a die-cast Iron Man. How can you not love that? Look at that thing. Let's see what else we get. Now, we don't get a Stark head sculpt, which is fine. I got plenty of those. That's not a problem. It being the Mark VII, it's got these guys right here that are guaranteed to not peg in all the way or fall off. These guys, we'll get to that in a little bit. What else we got? We got some hands. We'll get all this stuff out of here. All the normal stuff that you're used to getting for Iron Man figures. And, of course, then I get that one stuck in there. Wow. It's almost like I've never opened a freaking Iron Man before. But I promise you I have. All right. There's that. Let's check out the underside of this here shipper box. Got a nice little D100 instructions. Don't think we're going to need that. Again, this is the umpteenth number of the Mark VII that's been out. They're all pretty much the same. So functionality-wise, I think I got this under control. See if I can actually get, there we go. All right, you're out of here. Love the base. This is very similar, if not the same base. This stuff is falling over, that's fine. As the Mark I, but instead of that, it's got Marvel. Oh, look at that. Look at all that, all the Marvel symbols going on there. We got Black Panther, we got Loki, Spider-Man, Thor, War Machine's on there. I mean, there's a lot of Ant-Mans on there. There's a lot of stuff. Groot's over here. The zombie hunter Spider-Man. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on right there. That is really, really cool. I like that. I like that very much. We do have a flight pole, which we're definitely going to need because it's an Iron Man figure. And then we got some more parts. So let me get the plastic and the foam off of this guy. And then we'll check him out. But that's gorgeous. D100 Iron Man Mark VII, looking all kinds of fantastic without all the plastic stuff and foam. We'll get to the accessories in just a second, but I just want you to take a second to appreciate how beautiful this paint job is. I mean, it's Iron Man's diecast. It's the reflective quality of it, bouncing around, going crazy. But I honestly thought this section here and these darker sections were going to be more lighter colored than they are. They're really... Like I said earlier, I mean, if you look compared on the back section here versus this, it's quite, pardon the pun, it's quite a stark difference, if you will. I kind of dig. It kind of matches Kind of matches my watch a little bit, just saying. You know what I mean? Kind of, yeah, just a little bit. For those wondering, Hamilton khaki field, 42 millimeter, by the way, preferred size. This guy looks great, absolutely great. And now I can tell you it exactly is a Mark 7 because as I was taking the plastic bits off, remember how the Mark 7 went in pod mode? And look at this, hold on. Pod mode. So it is definitely the Mark 7. Obviously, both sides do that. So I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna go down that road and try to take it apart and I'm not gonna get into all that. But I did want to let you know it is exactly the same. The only difference is the paint application. That's it. So what do we got? Well, I happen to have the Mark 7 right here side by side. If I can get him over here without dropping him. Hold on. Look at this. Bam. Mark 7. Obviously, I got all the battle damage parts, but check out the paint job. This one of the reasons I love the Mark 7 is because the matte, the matte paint on it. It looks beautiful. You can see the difference in the paint applications there. It is exactly the same figure, no doubt about it. Same proportions, same light up function, same everything. It's just this one's painted different than this one, and you got to decide which one you like. Now, somebody's going to say, "Well, I really, really want this one." But 1,500 pieces worldwide is going to make it very difficult to acquire this one. So that kind of sucks, honestly. But then on the other hand, for collectibles, it's nice to have something in the collection that is limited. And hey, look, I'm one of only a few people to have such and such an item. So that's kind of cool. So, depends on if you own it or not, it's cool. If you don't own it, it's not cool. So that's how that works. But the paint applications are great. I'm going to have switch outs. We got all that stuff going on here. I still love the Mark 7, though. That matte paint job. And all the battle damage parts, which you don't get a bunch of battle damage parts with this guy. So there's that. They're different. And then if we really want to go for a crazy contrast, we can break out our other Mark 7, which is actually the Mark 21. And that would be Midas. And there they are together. Obviously, same mold, same everything, different paint job. The Midas is just freaking beautiful as well. And we'll pose all these up together. But it's... the Midas has a special place for me just because I love the difference in tones of all the gold and the rose gold and the silvers and just everything they've got going on with this. This one, pretty much you've got two tones, right? You've got this dark, like garnet, beautiful high gloss red going on. I mean, it's a deep, deep red. And then you've got this like almost platinum-ish style paint job going on the gray sections. And then right here, you've got a darker gray section and a lighter gray section going on. It's just beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It really is. So you got the same functionalities as the Mark 7 you had previously. You've got movable flaps. These guys, obviously you can switch out with the weaponized variants and guaranteed to not stay in very well. If you own the Mark 7, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You got flaps back here in the back. You've got, flaps on here on the legs and ailerons and all that kind of fun stuff. And we'll have to do this, but let's pose them up, see what it looks like under some good lighting. Before we do that, let me put them to the side. For those who are curious about accessories, just a quick run through. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this because, again, it's a reissue of a Mark 7. You've got your shoulder weaponized parts right there. You've got your lasers, which on any Iron Man I would never use, but there you go, you got that. And then you've got the thigh armor, which you can change out to the weaponized version. Dig that very much. That's cool. I will definitely be using these, and then I will definitely be using these guys, and we're gonna have to weaponize this guy up, right? So I've got the Mark 7 kind of weaponized up. The Mark 21 for sure, although it's missing one part I'm looking at now. And maybe we keep this guy sleek and clean. I don't know. You get the normal hands. You get your posable hands. You get your repulsor blast hands. And then you get these guys, which are pretty cool too. But honestly, out of all these, I'll probably end up using this because I just really like this. I guess you could use both. Yeah, we'll see. That's how it goes posing on wise. But I will tell you, I am super happy to have this in the collection. And we'll let all the salty haters out there, line up the comment section with how unfair it is for them to only make 1,500. So here we go, posed up, guys. Super simple. And I am using this little backdrop they got, which to be quite honest with you, it's the same plastic we got with the clamshell. It's nice if I get him out of the way. It's a little strange. if I can. Let me get this out of the way for a second. Because it is at a 90-degree angle, right? And it does look pretty good. It does, with the light bouncing off. It looks quite good. But in it, you've got like different scenes from different characters. So you got, like I said, Black Panther. You got Thor. You got some spider peoples in there. So it's a nice touch. Out of all the little accessory things they've given us for displays in the past, I think this is a pretty nice one. But the fact that it's at a 90-degree angle doesn't really make a whole lot of sense when you got a base that's not at a 90-degree angle. So I guess it's meant based on like promo photos to go just kind of like it just sits behind. It doesn't really do anything, which is fine. I guess you can use it or not use it. I'll put this guy back up there. But as a display, it doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad. It takes up a lot of space because it's tall, and it's all right. But that regardless, the star of the show here is definitely this particular Iron Man. The paint application is beautiful. Obviously the design is beautiful because I'm a big fan of the Mark VII in general. And the fact that it comes apart like the other ones is pretty cool too. But yeah, I kind of dig it. I mean, what more you want me to say? It's a good looking armor. I'm happy to have it. Let's do some poses. Before we do some crazy poses, I thought somebody might be interested to see what this guy looks like next to the Mark 47. And I'll say the colorations are very, very similar. The new Mark 7's got more gloss on them. The 7 had battle damage, or the 47 had battle damage and stuff going on here. But the gray sections, very similar. So I would say they are a pretty good matching pair. Obviously, totally different designs and engineering and that kind of stuff. But as far as the coloration goes, I mean, pretty freaking similar for those who might have been curious. Hot damn, does that look glorious? Come on, guys. Seriously. I mean, it's the Mark 7. What do you want me to say? Oh, man. It's been a minute since I've taken time to pose an Iron Man figure. I'm happy I've got this one to do that with. And a little flight stand, a little flight pose. It does have the crotch cradle section for an Iron Man figure to support it. It looks great. We got the straight left leg. We got the bent right leg. We got the repulsor blasters. We've got the ailerons. We got all the stuff. We got the weapons going on here. I mean, it's just got all the goodness going on. I mean, look at this. Look at that paint and the way the light's bouncing off of it. We kind of go up. And you can see like the weapons on the forearm. I mean, come on. The weapons there on the shoulders. I mean, what's not to like? Seriously. It's just Iron Man goodness. I mean, it just is. I mean, you can see like the difference in the reds, and then there's that base that looks all kinds of good. I like that base. I like the design inside the Marvel. That's what I like the most. I like all the little Easter eggs in there. We got the missile pod going out on the hips. You can extend those out. That's nice. We got the flaps going on so you can not break the legs. We got the legs drop down. We got the torso extended. And then obviously got repulsor hands on there because he's blasting off. And he just looks spectacular. So, I don't know if I have a favorite Iron Man in the collection. The Mark VII certainly is way up there. The Midas is way up there as well, but essentially, it's the Mark 21, whatever. But this one right here, I'm not going to say it's my favorite just because it's the newest and latest and greatest thing, and it's limited edition and all that kind of fun stuff. I just like the Mark VII design. I think the original Mark VII is probably still going to be my favorite. I like the matte finish on it. I love all the battle damage parts. I like the pod mode thing, which is a little weird, but I still like it. And honestly, it's just badass. So the Mark VII might be there. However, we do have the Mark III coming out. That may take the cake because it's Iron Man 1 and it's, just all kinds of awesome. But I digress as I ramble along and enjoy this beauteous. Is that a word? Beauteous? Beautiful? Magnanimous? So the obvious comparison here has got to be the original Mark VII versus this one. I guess not really versus, but side by side. So you can see the differences. And I got to say, they both look great. Both look great. The new one is shiny, clean. Obviously doesn't have any battle damage parts. It's a glossy finish versus the matte finish, as you guys can see right here. It's not, but they both look, pretty freaking good. However, I would only get this guy if you were just a super Iron Man film, or maybe if you have the opportunity to get it for retail, that's probably a good way to get it. But, you know, of the two, the original Mark VII is the better value figure. There's no question about it. You get a helmeted head sculpt, you get battle damage faceplates, you get battle damage switch outs, you got more switch outs you could possibly ever want for an Iron Man figure. The matte finish is beautiful. The pod mode's cool if you want to go into that. It's just, you can get it for, honestly, I think I've seen it for less than $400 or around $400, which is certainly less expensive than the newer version we got here. However, if you're into Iron Man, you want them all, the new one is beautiful. I would definitely recommend it. If you were thinking, hey, I want this as my first Iron Man, get the Mark VII, the original Mark VII. Get that one because it's just an unbelievable figure. And I would just recommend that one over the new one. So that's my thoughts on this. If you want to get one of these, check out Pop Collectibles. They might have one or two left. I don't know. There's 1,500 units worldwide, so not a whole lot of options with that. They're going to be super pricey on the secondary market for the next little bit. Will that go down? To be determined, right? To be determined. Posability is exactly what you expect from Iron Man. I really do like that base. I think that's super cool. And it looks great next to our Mark VII friend here. And then obviously Midas, which we looked at a little bit earlier. But yeah, is it a groundbreaking release? No, it's a limited edition release. They threw a number on and everybody wanted it. This is what it is. So, you know, that's it. If you want to get one of these, like I said, check out Pop Collectibles. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. We do have the Droid 3-pack figure coming from Hot Toys from Book of Boba Fett. So that one's coming in very soon. And then we got some other stuff going on behind the scenes as well. As always, click what you like. See you next time.